Hello, welcome to the first episode of the Choecast, the exclusive patron-only VIP podcast. No, I'm kidding. This is our English class's first podcast. I think I explained this, but I'm gonna explain it again. I'm doing this because, to be honest with you, I miss the heck out of you guys. I really do. And I know that some of you live with your families and you have cousins and other people nearby that you can talk to, but I know a lot of us are literally just sitting at home, like Apex, click, 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 click. And then once Apex is done, you're just kind of sitting there like, okay, I guess I'll watch YouTube for a billion hours. So tell you what, I'm going to keep this short. It'll be about 15 minutes. It'll be 15 minutes of you listening to good old Miss Choi rant about whatever topics. The way that I set this up on Google Classroom is that when I post this first episode, I'm going to have a link to a Flipgrid right underneath it along with the video. So if you would like to respond to this clip, this podcast, you will get 4 extra credit points on the lowest grade in your grade book. I'm guessing it's probably going to be for the Apex assignments because I know some of them feel a little bit difficult for some of you. So this is kind of me helping you out with that. You don't have to do a Flipgrid. If you want to leave a comment below, that's totally fine. Keep it school propes, because this is still a school platform, okay? So, on the Flipgrids, you can also submit a question prompt, any kind of topic you want me to talk about, but this is the first one, so I don't really have questions yet. So I'm actually just going to be going off my list of things that I know will probably be more relevant to us. Like, for example, I'm not going to say stress and you're going to go, can't relate, don't stress. Everyone stresses, okay? So I think I'll start off by doing coronavirus today. So this is going to be the coronavirus episode because that's why we're stuck at home right now, right? First things first, coronavirus. You're not going to die, okay? The reason why we're doing social distancing, this whole thing where you're not supposed to go out, has anyone explained this to you? If they have, I'm sorry. Fast forward through this. If you don't know this, then definitely listen. Social distancing is not for healthy people like you, okay? And if you say, oh, miss, I have asthma, am I gonna... No, you're still healthy, okay? Social distancing is for people who are very old, right? Whose bodies are weak. It's for people who maybe have an autoimmune disorder, who maybe just went through chemo or a blood transfusion, so they don't have a good immune system. Like, it's wiped out because chemo kills everything. Cancer, yes, but also your immune system. It's also for, babies or people that for some reason couldn't get their vaccinations or whatever it is. But it's this idea that if you're healthy, that's cool. But if you get sick, you'll be fine. Like, you'll recover because you're healthy. But people who are very sick, like those people I mentioned before, if they get it, they'll die. So the idea is that by you not coming into contact with them, you're keeping them safe. And also it reduces your risk of getting sick too. So this is really more for the weaker people. That sounds horrible. But yeah, the people whose bodies are weaker and can't protect themselves, you're staying away from them to keep them safe. So that's really why this is. I know there's some people still going out. Listen, just stay away from the old people, okay? Just be clean. Sneeze into your elbow. Don't sneeze into your head at you and then go, hey, grandma. Don't do that to your grandma, all right? She's been through enough already. Yeah, and that's also why we're doing the remote teaching, honestly. It's because there are people in our school even whose bodies are weaker. There's an English teacher who she was fighting cancer last year and she came back this year, but her body is still recovering. Her immune system isn't as strong as ours is. So if somebody in the school were to bring the coronavirus in, they might not be sick themselves. But if someone like that was to get sick, it would be very, very scary for them versus someone like me. If I got coronavirus, it's just like, all right, I'll have some ginger and garlic and and I'll be fine, So that's really why we're doing this. So please don't go out. The other day I was driving back from the grocery store around like 11 at night and I saw kids your age standing on the corner with their bikes and I was this close to rolling down my window and being like, hey, go home. But they'd be like, who's this crazy Asian lady yelling at us? So I'm minding my own business like a good citizen. Yeah, but that's really it. That's really what this big fuss is about. The coronavirus is also... It doesn't show up quickly. So we don't know right away if someone's sick. That's, I think, also why people are kind of flipping out. You guys will be fine. Just wash your hands, okay? I wear masks when I go out in public sometimes because, the paranoia is getting to me. Don't watch the news so much. That's my advice to you. When did we leave school? Friday? After Friday, we thought we were going to come back on Monday. So I was watching the news over the weekend. And the more I watched the news, the more I found myself freaking out because every single thing that pops up, every channel, every article is about coronavirus. Somebody died because of it. They're shutting us down. That's the bad thing about the news, okay? Sometimes the news tries too much. It's too much information. So relax. Check the news every once in a while, but don't watch it 24/7. You will drive yourself insane. You don't need to wrap up your cat in plastic. I'm going to try to insert this picture here. The other day, I saw a picture of a dude walking his dog, and he wrapped the dog in plastic bags and tape, and he put a mask on the dog. And I sat there going, dogs can't get the coronavirus. So don't be like that person, okay? Fido will be fine. Buddy will be okay. Oh, one other thing I did want to cover. I know a lot of you don't watch the news, but I'm sure you must have seen somebody posting something about how in one of his recent addresses, the president referred to the coronavirus as a Chinese virus. I'm going to say this to you because I know that we don't have a lot of Chinese people in Passaic, and I've heard some people making some jokes that were very offensive towards Chinese people, and I know it's not because you're bad people, but it's because you don't grow up around Chinese people. Like, why would you care? But let me kind of put this in words that might be a little bit easier to understand for you. So when somebody who's in power, like the president, right, calls something a Chinese virus, the people that voted for him, the people that believe him and follow him are going to believe that as gospel. They're going to believe that that's 100% true. That's why when President Trump said that when he was campaigning that Mexicans are flooding into the country, that they're all rapists and they're bad people, a lot of people really genuinely started to believe that. And the reason why I bring this up is you might say, oh, miss, calling it a Chinese virus and calling all Mexicans rapists aren't the same thing. Oh, it's definitely not. Very different. But the same idea kind of applies where you're putting the blame on an entire group of people because you don't want to acknowledge the truth that it's a more complicated issue. Right now in Italy, more people have died from coronavirus than in China. So you can't really call it a Chinese virus. It was a Chinese virus. Only Chinese people would be dying from it, or only they would get it. It's not a Chinese virus. And what's happened is that as a result of the president saying that it's a Chinese virus, racial, like racist crimes against people who even look Chinese have really increased a lot more. There are people who literally film themselves following these like little old Asian grandmas around and like harassing them. Can you imagine? Like, imagine you have a little grandma who's like 90 years old, who doesn't speak English, and this guy came up to her with a camera and started yelling at her in her face. Like, I wouldn't want that. I would fight whoever did that. There have also been people who have physically assaulted people who look Asian in public and blamed them for coronavirus, which, by the way, is stupid. If you think that someone has coronavirus, if you think I have coronavirus, why would you want to punch me and hit my body so my blood and spit comes out? You dumb. You dumb for real. Anyway, so I just want you to be mindful of this when you are posting on social media, when you're talking with your friends. I know a lot of you get that it's a joke, right? You're being ironic when you call it that, but a lot of people don't understand that it's a joke and they don't get that it's ironic. So they'll read that and they'll really believe like, oh my God, can you believe this? The Chinese people spread the virus, and it's only going to add to the misinformation and the hate. So just be conscious, okay? I have liked and laughed at a lot of memes that are inappropriate, okay? I'm a person too. Just be aware of what you're putting out there because somebody might not know that it's a joke and it could really break bad, okay? Just be conscious of that. This is just me nagging at you because you know me, I'm your English mom. It's how it is. For the other stuff, listen. Toilet paper? Relax. I don't know why people are buying all the toilet paper. People keep asking me why. I think it's honestly because one dude decided to buy a bunch of toilet paper and somebody else went, oh, he's buying all the toilet paper. I better get some. And everybody's copying. And then eventually we started running out of toilet paper and people went, oh God, I need to buy it snowballed. So listen, you're going to be fine. wiping your bum bum more isn't gonna save you from the corona. If you're shitting yourself in fear due to coronavirus, I understand. Get yourself some adult diapers. They definitely do have them in stock at ShopRite or Walmart or wherever you're going. We are not going to die. This is not the zombie apocalypse. You guys can chill, okay? The other thing is a lot of people are asking me, Miss, when are we gonna be back in school? And it's March. You should know me by now. It's how many months have we been in school? I'm not a math teacher. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. This is our 7th month of school. So you've known me for 7 months. You should know that I tell you things when I find them out. So what I am hearing right now is that we might be closed. We'll definitely be closed through March. We might be closed through April right now. I don't know about May. I'm not really sure. Some states, I think it's Ohio, maybe, they have said that they're not going to open schools back up this school year, but we're not Ohio. So I really don't know. I follow the governor on Facebook and I get his updates as soon as he puts them out. So if anything changes, I'll let you know. But we really can't go back to school until the governor says so. This is out of Pasig's hands now because we're not making the decisions anymore. He said, close the schools, and we went, okay. When he says open the schools, we'll go, okay, and we'll be back in school. I also know some people are asking me about how is this going to affect state testing and things like that. I don't know. I really don't know. So, there are some states, I think Pennsylvania, they moved to cancel their state testing. We might not. Don't stress about that though, okay? I'm pretty sure that if you don't do so well on a year where we literally had to shut down schools for like a month or two, I don't think they're going to look at your test scores and come after you with a hammer. So you can relax. Someone asked me about benchmarks the other day. There's literally a national emergency. Don't worry about your benchmark. You'll be okay. Okay? I think the biggest thing we can do right now is just like stay indoors. If your moms and dads are going out clubbing, like I'm not doing this to judge you because one of my friends, it's weird. She's a teacher too, but she's my friend, so I don't call her by her name. Okay, my friend Michelle. She is awesome. She's super smart. She is well educated because she went to the same school as me. And she is also home, right? She teaches in Edison and they're home just like we are. But she told me that when this quarantine kind of started, her parents would go out to hang out with people while she would be at home. And my mom and dad too, like they went out to see people. They had company over on Sunday and I left the house. I went to my brother's apartment and I was like, I am not staying while you bring the coronavirus in. My mom was like, oh, you're exaggerating. But who did I see bleaching the doorknobs after everybody left? My mother. So keep people out of your house, okay? I understand that you get lonely. That's totally fine. I've been video chatting with my friends nonstop. I video chatted with my teacher crew, my besties. The other day, it was awesome because I've been going kind of stir crazy. I've been calling people. I know that you guys really like to text, but I'll tell you this. After you call someone on the phone, you'll feel a lot less lonely just because you heard their voice. I used to be pro text. I hated calling people, but now I'll just call people because it's been so long since I've seen real people outside of my family. And I love my family. Oh, dang, I just realized I left my towel out. Whatever. I do love my family. My mom is one of my best friends, but, you know, like, you want to talk to other people. So do call. If you want, I could start hosting virtual office hours, which means that I would literally log into Zoom for a set amount of time for your class and I'll just be there. And if you want to just log in and you can do video so we can see each other face to face. Or if you're like Miss Choi and you know, your hair is a disaster and you don't want people to see that side of yourself, you can literally call in and I'll just hear your voice. But if that's something you'd be interested in, please let me know in the comments and I will set that up for you. I'm totally open to that because I feel like, I don't know, the best part of my job is not the incredibly large salary I get. It's you guys, and not seeing the best part of my job is hard on me. And I'm sure that for some of you, you're really happy to not be in school, but I know some of you are sitting at home like, I miss school. So do let me know in the comments. And again, if you don't want to do the whole face thing, it can just be audio. So let me know. I'll be flexible with that. I know this is kind of rambly, but this is the first one, and I don't really have a set topic. I just kind of picked coronavirus just to inform you on stuff. But I think the next time when I post, it'll be on Wednesday, March. Hold on. When I'm not in school, I don't know dates. I don't even know dates when I'm in school. You know me. March 25th on Wednesday, I'm going to try to have a guest on. I've got some people lined up already because they're excited to share their knowledge with you. I say a lot, don't I? You guys need to start calling me out on that. When I say you better be like, Miss, don't You know, I just realized something. When I do the voices, I think of very specific people. I'm not going to tell you who I'm thinking about, but when I do my Miss voices, there are a few people that pop up into my mind. See if you can figure it out. I'm not going to tell you. It's going to be like a mystery. I'll tell you on the last day of school. Anyway, I hit about 15 minutes, so I'm going to get going. I love you guys very much. Please be safe. Please be healthy. Please stay out of trouble. And remember that the school computers are school devices, so use them for educational purposes only. The school does track your browser history, and they can track what you've been doing, so just keep that in mind. Okay? Be smart. Don't be like Romeo and Juliet. Be like Rosaline and Benvolio. All right? I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.